Computers being set up with microphone and stuff.
Well, I just happen to have anything to my
Would that have a bigger one? Birds.
Oh,
down there. Yeah, on dial. Pull up the band-aids.
We're just gonna get started here in like about 5 minutes. So if you guys need to go to the bathroom, do any of that stuff, I would get that all done out of the way now. We're gonna start in about 4 minutes, okay?
You tripped before I entered the gap. Me chasing with Jessica. Oh, I'm going to go
I need to like.
I love it.
I wonder what I'll do. I'll tell you her.
Before we get started, there were a couple of items that were left behind. We have a binder, a calculator, and a sheet. These are yours. Come claim them.
Wait, oh, yeah. No.
Hola. Oh, you're so cute. Wait, you should use this. It's so sweet. I'm sure that this will. Like, chicken.
Alright, folks, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our award ceremony. One, thank you so much for making it out here despite the weather. We really appreciate the fact that y'all drove in. So go Science Olympiads, and here's to another year of a successful tournament. We're gonna begin our award ceremony with a bit of an introduction. So one of our workers here, our volunteer Hannah, she also works for the admissions office. So she's gonna help introduce the admissions folks. I'm gonna hand it off to Hannah.
Hello everyone, thank you so much once again for attending the second annual Dartmouth Invitational Science Olympiad tournament. I hope you all had a great experience. At Dartmouth, we have two representatives from the Office of Admissions who are here to talk to you more in detail about Dartmouth and the student life here and any other questions you have. Thank you once again.
Okay? Great, amazing. Hi. As Hannah said, we're representatives from the admissions office here at Dartmouth. We're both senior fellows, which means we're sort of like admissions officers in training. We're both seniors at Dartmouth as well. So I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Bob Flu. I'm a 26. A fancy Dartmouth way of saying I'm a 26. Sorry. Senior. At Dartmouth, I'm a double major in cognitive science and French. And I'm a senior fellow at the admissions office.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi. I'm 26 as well, senior fellow in the admissions office. I'm all the way from Montana. I'm a double major in government and linguistics, modified with Native American and Indigenous studies. That's a really long way of saying that I studied Indigenous languages here at Dartmouth. But I came to Dartmouth, I had done a STEM academy in high school, thinking I wanted to study STEM here, and then I ended up changing to humanities. So you never know what skills might prepare you for other fields as well. So I'm just going to get right into it. A lot of you have gotten to experience, all of you have gotten to experience Dartmouth already, the place we're in, Hanover. Who here this is their first time here in Hanover? Raise your hand. All right, a lot of you. Okay, who here thinks they came from like the furthest location to get here? All right, where y'all from?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island? Anybody, is that the furthest? Anybody further? Okay, Rhode Island, sweet. So welcome to Hanover. Who here drove the shortest distance? All right, in the back. Oh, awesome, Lebanon. Okay, so we cover a good swath of the East Coast. Who here is a high school senior? All right, awesome. Who here is a junior? All right, a lot of you. Sophomores, freshmen. Like sibling who got dragged here. Someone. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Well, for those of you that are not a senior, you'll probably want to start considering college admissions soon. And Dartmouth is unique because we are an Ivy League. We're here in Hanover, but we're unique in how we are framed by nature and how our students engage with nature around us. So we have lots of really cool things like the Dartmouth Outing Club, which is the largest and oldest collegiate outing club in the nation. So if you are really outdoorsy or you want to try something new, the DUSO is a great place to check that out. We also get to experience all 4 seasons here, so beautiful fall foliage. If you haven't gotten to see New England or like this part of New England in the fall, it's gorgeous here in the fall. And then winter, you're all here in the winter, but we have fun ways that we embrace it, like the winter carnival. If you walk around campus, you might see ice sculptures, there's ice carving competitions, human dog sled racing, where like your friends run and pull you on a string on like a sled. Lots of fun things to do in the winter, and then we have a lot of things in the spring and the summer. We operate on a 10-week quarter system. It's very unique. So you get to experience all 4 seasons here. We actually have students on campus all year round, which is unique compared to most institutions that have downtimes during the summer. We have students here all the time. So if you want to do a summer here in Hanover when the weather is great, and then during the winter go somewhere like New Zealand, like what I did, you can do that. That's also possible because of our study abroad programs. We have about 50% of students studying abroad while they're here. The national average is 10% for undergraduate students. So it's a really big culture to go study somewhere like Barcelona or Madrid or London or New Zealand or really wherever you want to go, you might get to experience that here. We also are a liberal arts college. Does anybody want to take a guess at what liberal arts means? Any brave souls? All right, you guys raise your hand at the same time, so whoever wants to. All right, let's go over here. Over here. What do you think?
Like acting and stuff.
Yeah, we do have acting. Yeah. Wait, I couldn't hear you.
Like social sciences.
Yeah, social sciences. Anybody else want to add something to that? Okay, liberal arts basically means that we want you to dip your toes in every field of study before you dive into the field of your choice. So you all are here for Science Olympiad, you're all kind of STEMmy, really smart in math and science and all those things, but you might have to take an acting class, or you might have to take a literature class, and that's because we want you to get a full, well-rounded education and really try new things before you dive fully into the major that you're super interested in. And then once you choose your major, you can do research. We're R1 research institution, and now I'm going to pass it over to Batu.
Okay, thank you, Lexi. So we call ourselves Dartmouth College. You're never going to see Dartmouth University on any digital publication. That's because the undergraduate experience has always been at the center of what Dartmouth is all about, and that comes in handy in a variety of different ways. We're basically a liberal arts college with the resources of a robust research university, and having the sort of undergraduate priority and access to resources and research as much as we do is quite unique in Dartmouth. It's, dare I say, unparalleled in the greater, sphere of higher education. A couple anecdotal examples from my own experience in Dartmouth. I came in not knowing what I wanted to major in at all, and I took an introductory cognitive science class, fell in love with the field, and emailed my professor for that class, who also happened to be the chair of that department, and asking if I would just be able to join in on his lab. He said, sure, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. I know that I want to do research, I don't know anything else. He set up a 1.5-year long rotational program for me, for which I got paid for, where I got to work with basically every single faculty member in the cognitive science program, got to co-author 7 different papers in the process. And just having that sort of access to research so early on at the cutting edge is, again, quite unique in Dartmouth. And that said, I already mentioned this, but there's ample funding for research at Dartmouth. I have started doing research my sophomore fall here, and I'm currently writing my honors thesis in cognitive science. I'm writing it on machine learning and art perception. My initial, the prof who taught my introductory class is also now my thesis advisor. So having that sort of end-to-end support when it comes to not only your learning classes, but also the creation of knowledge that happens at Dartmouth is just quite particular to Dartmouth. Basically, you can also ask the volunteers here who are involved in research. Professors really come to teach undergraduate students first, and that not only manifests in classes, but also in the pursuit of knowledge. And I'm so incredibly blessed to be able to have done research in neuroscience, psychology, cognitive science. That's sort of my niche. And I just found the undergraduate priority to be one of those things that really gave me a leg up in terms of exposure early on in the field, and how it informs how I go about my study. In that sense, let me go back to the liberal arts point a little more. I studied abroad 3 times in France, not for cognitive science at all, just to be able to speak French. So you can still, that was my pool of choice, cognitive science, but I still got to do so many other things on the side, and that is the beauty of the liberal arts. So that is a more research focused look into Dartmouth, and I want to take some more time to talk about the admissions process a little bit. Our early decision deadline is November 1st. That's a binding agreement, meaning if you apply early and get in, congratulations, you come to Dartmouth. And our regular decision deadline is January 1st. That's not a binding agreement, meaning you get to apply to different schools and compare hypothetical offers to different schools. We have a peer recommendation that I really, really like. We are looking for the most promising students, but that's not contained in the classroom only. We also want to learn more about what kind of peer you are, essentially, what kind of teammate you are, what kind of friend you are, what kind of sibling you are. Anything goes as long as it comes from a peer. yeah, that just goes on to show that Dartmouth is looking for people in a variety of different ways. It's not just academics. We want to learn about you. We've been talking about what makes Dartmouth, and in the application process, we want to hear about what makes you you. We want to hear about what excites you, what strikes your curiosity, what you're passionate about. STEM clearly is one of those. So just make your case shine, and hopefully, just and some or all of what we talked about Dartmouth sounded promising to you, and yeah, I'm gonna pass it back to Lexi in case she has anything to add.
No, any questions? We probably have time for like 2 questions, 2 or 3. I'm gonna start asking you guys questions. Yeah, in the back.
Okay, I don't know this, like, if you have an early decision, does that mean like you can't, if you agree basically, maybe, does that mean I can't,
Right, yeah, so early decision means you are 100% in Dartmouth, and then if you get accepted, it's a binding agreement contract that you come to Dartmouth. So that is a really great way for you to be like, for any schools, not just Dartmouth, lots of schools have an early decision where you apply, and then if you get accepted, if you're telling them that you don't need to go to any other school, that's your top choice, and then if you get in, you're going, and then the college admissions process is done in like December of your senior year. You get it. Does that answer your question? Cool. Any other questions?
We promise we don't bite. We can ask you questions. We're here.
They're not scary.
Dartmouth practices need blind-based financial aid regardless of which cycle you're applying in. So that means admissions officers don't have access to financial information as reviewing files regardless of citizenship, which is also a big problem in Dartmouth. And we only offer need-based financial aid, meaning there's no academic or athletic scholarships awarded. And I will also be shouting out the Dartmouth net price calculator for our actually it's an internal resource that we open up to prospective families, applicants, and supporters to see how much aid they qualify for at Dartmouth. But thanks to a recent donation by alumni, we were also able to up our $0 expected parental contribution to be more inclusive of mostly middle-class households as well. So that's something we're quite proud of. Personally, I'm on a full ride at Dartmouth. Dartmouth was my most affordable option, and that wasn't the only reason why I'm here, but that was a big part of like my considerations for college. So it's something I'm personally grateful for. Let me put my admissions back on, and it's something we're really proud of. Dartmouth admissions.
All right, one more question, and then we'll wrap up.
So how would an undergraduate at Dartmouth integrate research into their schedule?
Great.
Great question.
So when we're doing research while we're still taking classes, it's usually around 10 hours a week. I actually have like an office at my lab, which is quite cool. I get a lot of study done there as well. So we basically meet with like our profs and like figure it out as we go. And it's just like really meeting people where like they are. My prof every single term asks me like when I'm available, when I'm not in class. Class obviously like takes precedence over like research. But it's usually like a 10-hour commitment that you also get funded, like it gets funded, which is quite amazing. So when you're not taking classes, there's also the opportunity of doing full-time research, which I also took advantage of. That was like a 35 to 40-hour week, and then the stipend gets adjusted accordingly, obviously. And yeah, that's how it sort of works.
All right, I think we probably need to wrap up. But if you have, you'll probably have lots of questions that if you want to connect with us, we're both on the admissions website. If you go under employees and you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see our faces and you can ask us questions, or you can go to connect with the student if you want to get to know more student perspectives. Connect with the student is great because if you like put your mouse over their profile, it'll scroll up and it'll show you what their major is, what they're involved in on campus, if they've done any study programs, and like the kind of questions you can ask them, and then you can connect with them. And then also, if you want to keep hearing our voices, you can come to a tour on campus. We give info sessions, and we have great tour guides like Anna over here that give tours, walking around and getting to know Dartmouth a little bit more. But yeah, with that, thank you all so much for listening to us, and good luck.
Okay, gang, so now that everybody's everyone. So y'all probably seen me walk around at least all day, probably take photos of you all. I'm Sarah. I'm the vice president of DUSO, so Dartmouth Undergrad Science Olympiads. We have up here a number of wonderful team members. I'm going to introduce Anna, who's going to be introducing our guest speaker, who's one of our current professors.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna. I'm part of Dartmouth Science Olympiad's executive team here. I'm also a sophomore and a biology major at Dartmouth. And I'm really excited today to introduce my organic chemistry professor as our guest speaker. Professor Thaumaturge is a visiting professor from Colby College. He's also the first professor I've ever had who has learned every single one of his students' names in our 80-person organic chemistry class. If you take STEM lectures in college, you'll understand what a big deal that is. So let's please give a really warm welcome to the wonderful and talented Professor Thaumaturge.
Thank you, Anna, for a very kind and generous introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Thaumaturge. I'm visiting just for the year. My home base is Colby College in Maine, which is about 3.5 hours from here, central Maine, now North Portland. And I've been there since 1999, before many of you were even ideas, right? So it's been a long time at Colby, and every 7 years or so we get a sabbatical, and I chose to spend the time here at Dartmouth. And when Anna asked me to speak at this event, it was really not a, so here's the thing. I go to Maine every weekend because I still have students there working in lab, and folks who are doing research, undergraduates, chemistry majors and so on. And so my wife and I, we take turns. So I go there once a week, and then she comes here the next week and so on. Because she teaches at Gordon College, which is another small college, also in Maine, close to Portland. And my wife was here last week, so it's my turn to go to Maine this week. And then when I got Anna's email, I said, oh, okay, high school, STEM event, sign me up. I really didn't want to miss this. It's been a very important part of my career for a very long time. I have had a little over 100 undergraduate students work with me on research projects at Colby over the past almost 3 decades. But more importantly, during the time, I also learned that, a positive pre-college experience in STEM, along with a timely counseling about opportunities in STEM and, careers in STEM and so on, can really persuade young people like you, high school students, to think about careers in STEM. And I've been very fortunate in that our research has been funded by the National Science Foundation for a number of years. And I say this because when you write a proposal to the National Science Foundation to get funding, there are 2 parts of the proposal. One part is the research you do. Obviously, you have to describe the research you want to do, and then you get, funding for that. But the second part, and this is what impacts you folks, is that a part called the broader impact. And what that means is, in your proposal, you're supposed to tell the reviewers, what else are you going to do besides just research? How will the money that you're getting from the federal government be used to have an impact on your community? And I thought about this for a while when I first submitted my initial proposal. And I said, why don't we provide high school students with research opportunities over the summer? And I've been doing this for the last 20 plus years. We suspended the program during COVID, but for more than 20 years, we've had high school kids in our lab spending anywhere from 5 to 8 weeks doing research projects, publishing papers as co-authors. These are high school students, mind you. And it's astonishing to me that when they first come to my lab, they are nervous, they're tentative, they're scared, they have no idea what they've gotten themselves into, right? And yet, 5 weeks, 8 weeks later, you see this completely transformed person who's confident, who can talk intelligently about science, who's capable of using instruments, who is actually part of a team, right? And so what I'd like to say to you today is, when you go back, take 5 minutes on your computer and Google research opportunities for high school students, right? Find out what's out there. And, it's kind of interesting to me because when we started this program, this used to be a very localized program. In fact, it still is, because the students that we get, do high school research in the lab, they're actually local students. They come from within the, community, so they don't have to drive long distances, which also means that COVID doesn't, doesn't provide housing, so most of the students are local. And I remember a few years ago getting an email from a student in New Jersey who heard about this program and wrote to me saying, can I come to your research program, over the summer? And I said, I really would like to take it, because my default answer when a high school student asks for opportunities is yes, but unfortunately I can't, because we don't provide housing. This is a program meant for local students who live in the area. And if you live in New Jersey, then that's going to be hard. Well, what do you know? I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks. And then I get another email from him. I talked to my parents. They're going to rent me an apartment. And my parents are going to take turns. My dad's going to stay in Waterville for a while, and then my mom's going to stay in Waterville for a while. And he did. Noah Baranovich spent a summer in the lab, did a fantastic job, ended up going to Brown as an undergraduate. And by the way, 2 of my summer students actually are now at Dartmouth. They came to Dartmouth, Lygia Yang and Andrew Turlow. They're both class of 27. And what I'm going to say is that kind of an experience where you're in a lab, you're working as part of a team, you're talking science with your peers, among other things. Someone asked earlier, what a liberal arts education is. Colby College is a liberal arts college. And a liberal arts education is a broad-based education, right? It gives you a wide perspective on many different disciplines. It can be social sciences, humanities, STEM, music, art, acting, all of those things, right? My son went to Colby, and I couldn't be happier for him, right? Because it's such a wonderful, especially in a small place, right? It's hard to get lost in a small place, because, as Anna said, I try my best to remember all of my students' names, but that's important to me. I want to know them beyond what they are in my classroom. And I think going to a small place and having this broad-based education, and then, you can go into whatever it is that you want to do later, as you get, as you go through the curriculum. I think that is something you might want to think about, really. One other thing I'll say to you, how am I doing in time, Madam? Good, okay. I say to you is, please be curious. If you're going to be successful in STEM, it's hard to be successful if you're not curious, right? You have to have this fire in the belly. You've got to be able to peel back the branches and see what's behind. Pick up a rock, see what's underneath it, right? Because some of the greatest discoveries that we're all beneficiaries of have come from people being curious. Think about it. About 100 years ago, almost, 1928, Alexander Fleming noticed mold growing in a petri dish that affected bacteria. It killed bacteria. That led to the discovery of antibiotics. Think about how many lives that has saved over the years. 2 physicists, one from Harvard and one from Stanford, were curious about how a nucleus behaves in a magnetic field. Fundamental research. And what do you know? 60 years later, that discovery led to MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. We all went through the COVID pandemic. The vaccines invented for the COVID pandemic came from fundamental research. So I'll just end by saying this. We live in an increasingly scientific and technological world. And I think a broad STEM education is absolutely essential for every one of us to thrive. I think many of the problems and the solutions are based in STEM. And you are part of the solution. This is why I think it's important to have this grassroots, approach to persuading young people to think about STEM careers, because who knows, the next big discovery could be coming from one of you sitting right here in the audience, or maybe more than one of you sitting here in the audience. So I just want to conclude by saying, welcome to Dartmouth, congratulations on all of your accomplishments, and I wish you only the best as you go forward, and I hope to see you down the road somewhere, sometime, someplace.
Thank you so much, Professor, for coming out and talking to the high schoolers. That was awesome.
All right, before the award ceremony, we're gonna give you guys about 5 minutes, bathroom break, and we're gonna take some team photos. So that'll be right outside, and then we'll head back in for the awards.
What's a German first? What did that do? Yeah. Yeah, German. No, it's not good.
I'll call it.
Bongo.
All right, team, are ready for team photos. One at a time. Come on out.
Is that one of our students? Okay, all right.
Should we ask them to do it?
Yeah.
No, she's doing right now.
Yeah.
And then during the, while she's doing it right now, so she can email to us. But if for our own group picture, we can do it during the award ceremony or after. So right now she's doing the Yeah, we don't have to be the first team to do it. Also, I'm thinking, who this? We still have some stuff over there, right? But if we finish the ceremony here and go eat and go grab, I don't think we'll make it.
That's 2 hours. So I think
Or are their parents here already?
Are your parents?
Three binders?
Because their parents are supposed to be there somewhere close. So what we can do is we can probably call their parents, whoever has the thing, wait it over there, or grab or pick up students from here and drive over there and load it, and then we go eat.
Anyone parents here yet?
Wait, well, one driver is here.
Bro, I got scared just swinging at you.
Here's the situation.
Who's the one of the best?
Wait, but we're all
No, it's weird.
Tyler, how did you know where to go for water polo? How did you know where to go for water polo?
Alright, so they figured it out. So what happened is, what we're thinking is, so let's Sophia's house is outside right now, and after the award ceremony, maybe one, two of us go with our car, go to the hotel directly, and load everything on her car. And for the rest, we can just go to the dining place directly, and whoever goes on our car will go Okay, all right. Do we have everybody? Okay, Lexington, do we have everybody here? Do we have everybody here? Look around, look next to you. Do we have, because if that's the case, then we'll go take a picture and then we'll have.
Like, worst case, we could just take out.
He's raising his hand.
You are talking.
What? Are you for real? Did you do this one?
What? You hear me just? You have a margarita. You don't get the beans and that's what I said. So that's. You know, oh, you know what I'm saying, right? What does it mean? What does that mean? No, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Wait, what? Wait, I show you right now.
Oh, yeah, I gotta see this. Lucas, show me the real use.
Is there some like?
Wait. I think
Do you know how there are beans in espresso martinis?
yeah.
This reminded me of I flipped it. And
I'll
I said,
flick out one.
and then he thinks it's some weird.
Yeah, it's a thing.
What is it weird?
It's not. I agree. Oh my God.
We're going to quote this, okay? We're going to quote this. Somebody quote this.
Martino, espresso martini, espresso.
Quote it. Did you quote it?
That's not what I said. I watched this video. It's exactly this video. Listen, I'm trying. It's dirty. I'm not so dirty. What? You're the one who said it, bro.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So those of you who are currently outside, you probably want to come inside, right? Make sure everybody from your team is here before we go ahead and get started with the awards. We're gonna start in 2 minutes. So everybody get ready to settle down, alright? Alright, we're gonna get started with the award ceremony. Listen up.
So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who came today. You are the lucky third team that were able to make it because of the snow. So we did everything we could to host this tournament today. I think we had a pretty good job with snow, but yeah, let's see. Alright, this was the question that we saw earlier. And thanks to all of you guys. We're gonna try to get this done in like the next 20 minutes. You guys can all done. Alright, so to announce the first award, anatomy and physiology.
third place, gonna see Northern County of the Newton North High We're gonna do for medals, let's do photos afterwards. We're gonna take photos on the way down, but let's not do photos here. And first place, Lexington.
Top boy!
Okay, everyone, now on to our next event.
We're gonna get into the next awards.
Now, for astronomy, in third place, we have. And in second place, we have. And in first place, the team that won astronomy is.
Now we're on Google letter. So the third place goes to Winchester High
In third place, we have. In second place. Circuit lab in third place. Second place. last but not least, drum roll for first place. Stay there.
We're now moving on to my third place.
There. Stay there. Oh my God. First place.
Now for electric vehicles. In third place, we have in second place, we have Winchester. And in first place, we have
We're now moving on to entomology. In third place.
Next up, we have experimental design. In third place, we have Organic Academy. In second place, we have and in first place, we have
Bro, we actually got
Go. Why do you remind me? Just stay. Say twice. I say And first place for helicopter is.
All right, now we're going to do hovercraft. In third place, we have Newton North High School. In second place, we have High. And drum roll for first, we have.
Now on to machines. In third place, we have. In second place is. And in first place.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, this is a real one.
In third place. In second place. And in first place.
Now on to robot tour. In third place, we have. Second place is Winchester. And winner of robot tour is.
Now on the rocks and minerals. In third place is second place in rocks and minerals. And first place in rocks and minerals.
Last event, we're moving on to water quality. In third place. First place.
Great job, guys.
Oh my God. This is cool.